recording. Yeah, how's it going?
Pretty good. Do you want to create the room or do you want me to do it?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Alright, cool. I'm just waiting then.
Alright, cool. Are there any matchups or anything in specific you want to work on, or just kind of like general stuff?
General stuff. I need to learn about matchups and everything.
Okay.
Honestly.
Cool.
Yeah. I mean, I know that Lucas can't do shit against Rosa, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that matchup's a little bit tough once she gets you off stage. It's definitely not, like, undoable, but it's definitely tough.
Yeah.
But yeah,
and the characters that have reflectors usually end up messing me up too.
Yeah. I'll just start with Ryu. I might swap around to a few different characters just to see what kind of things I can pick out as far as like habits and that kind of stuff, and as well as like other things I can point out. But we'll start with Ryu, and if you have any sort of questions or like anything, feel free to stop me and ask.
Okay, sounds good. I don't know what to do in neutral against anyone.
Okay, so
just in general.
So generally in neutral, I guess it kind of depends how. Actually, let's start with that. Let me pick Lucas and kind of show you what neutral looks like with him, for the most part. So generally with Lucas, you're gonna be trying to wall people out.
Mm-hmm. So like PK fire a lot.
Yeah. So PK fire is really, really good. Let me show you. It'll be a lot easier for me to show you.
That makes sense.
But so you're gonna want to be mixing in like a couple of different options, and most of those are gonna be like short hop options. So like short hop, PK fire is really, really good. And you usually want to cancel it as close to the ground as you can.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not necessarily. It depends what you're trying to do. If you're trying to catch people in the air, then that's a little bit different. But yeah, so it will revolve mostly around keeping your opponent out. So you want to have like as much stage control as you can. So you want to be
in the middle,
if you can, yeah. And then because the things that you want to be doing are things that are safe, right? So like things like short hop back, PK fire, that's like pretty safe. Most people won't be able to like punish you for that, because they'll have to deal with the projectile moving towards them, as well as have to chase you down if they want to punish. But sometimes it's like, well, how do I get forwards into that position where I can do that, you know, do these safe moves. And one of the things is the short hop forward air is super good. It's really good at catching people who jump, and then sometimes it'll catch people who like are on the ground, but I don't think you usually get the sweet spot. But that's kind of an option, kind of like Diddy Kong Fair or something, that just kind of like is really good at pushing the opponent back. And then besides those two options, which are really, really good, you can even do short hop forward, PK fire, but like it's not as good, and people will be able to punish it a little bit more often. And then Zaire is really, really good. So what you want to do with Zaire is you want to hit them, yet again, you want to cancel it very close to the ground. And it will confirm into things like grab. So it's like one of the ways that you can get a grab without actually like just going for a straight up grab is going for Zaire and then dash grab afterwards, like that.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a mix up. What you want to do is you want to be keeping people out. So you kind of build a wall by PK firing and then doing the short hop forward airs. And that kind of like sets up hitboxes and stuff in front of you. And then when people aren't expecting it, you can either jump in with the Zaire into the grab, or you can do, if people are jumping in on you, so if you jump towards me, you can pivot grab them. and it covers landings really, really well. It extends the range of it. You can see how long the range of that grab is compared to
normal one, yeah.
Yeah, because you slide back at the same time as it's happening. It has a little bit more lag, but it allows you to retreat and be safe while you're doing that. There's one thing that's super good that you can do that is a little bit harder, but a lot of Lucas's even like change their control schemes to be able to do it, and that's So do you know how to B reverse?
No.
Okay, so there's B reversing, which is basically using a special and then immediately putting it the other direction. So basically what you do is, if I, wait, can you even B reverse PK Fire? Oh yeah, you can. So you press B, and then as soon as you press B for the PK Fire, you change your stick to the other direction. You can see how it changes my momentum.
Oh, yeah.
Like if I'm moving one direction, it'll automatically like push me the other direction. So the timing is you press B, and then you immediately turn your control stick after you press B. I'm getting PK freeze because I suck. But then there's you kind of have to be like it'll reverse your momentum.
Oh, so if I'm going this way, it'll just take me this way.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So, like, if I'm doing it this way, if I run towards that way, you can see how it'll send me back this way. This might be like, shoot, let me see if I can. Shoot, I don't know how to.
Oh, dang, sorry.
Oh, I'm good.
I really like landing with Dare or trying to trade with Dare, and I'm not sure if that's a good option.
Dare is like okay, but it has a lot of lag when you land with it, so you kind of have to land with the last hit if you want to land with it, and you have to like make sure it hits.
Right.
But this is something you can do, which is called a wave bounce. Shoot. Let's see if I can do it.
I usually either land with Dare or Nair.
Nair is pretty good.
Yeah.
But you can see
Nair
how
just goes into jab.
you know how I was mentioning doing their like retreating PK fires earlier so that they're safe. Doing a wave bounce. Oh god, let me see if I can do it consistently. Wave bouncing them allows you to jump forward with them, but still get sent backwards with them. And it's like it's something that's difficult to do, but it's something that like a lot of Lucas mains like it's like core to their gameplay. I played against a Lucas at Frostbite, and pretty much one of the only things he did was wave bounce PK fire, and it's like super good in neutral, and it's super good at keeping people out. But yeah, besides just like the general like PK fire things to keep people out, as well as short hop forward airs to keep people out, because yeah, it's really good at just kind of like pushing people back, and then you can take the stage control. Besides that, you want to be trying to get grabs when you can, which either looks like getting the Zers into grabs or getting pivot grabs into things. And that's kind of all like Lucas's game is. Like it's pretty like linear. Like he doesn't have anything that's like super crazy mix-up game, which is one of his weaknesses.
Right.
Like,
if he's coming down from the air, like, there are characters like Cloud where if they're coming down on top of you, you kind of don't know whether they're going to come down with an aerial or whether they're going to fast fall and just grab you. But with Lucas, he doesn't... Yeah, he's kind of floaty. He doesn't really have that sort of option. So, like, he kind of loses that mix-up game. But what what he misses out on in mix-up game, he makes up for in being, like, a really, really strong walling kind of, like, projectile character. But he's very honest in the sense that, like, you know what he's going for in most cases. It's just sometimes very, very hard to play around if you play it right. So that's like the biggest thing. It's just kind of like
seeing how that works. I definitely recommend watching like a lot of Lucas. Let me see if I can find any good VODs. I don't even know who good Lucases are right now. What the hell is his name? Taiheda is really good, but his stuff is all pretty
advanced, I'm assuming.
Not so much advanced as just
I don't know about the canon.
just get this real quick. It's just it's older. He hasn't been to the States in a while.
Gotcha.
But he very much is kind of like what I was mentioning earlier. He uses those short hop fairs, as well as those short hop zairs to kind of like build a wall, and then he will go in when he thinks his opponent doesn't expect it. And then his punish game is just really good. That's another thing about Lucas that's like really cool, is once he gets a grab, he has a lot of different things he can do out of it. But it's just finding the grab is sometimes hard. I'm just gonna link you a couple of VODs just to kind of like look at from him, because he has a couple of really good sets that he just like plays really well in. And they'll kind of give you the sense of him just kind of like building that wall and then finding those openings. But then after that, we'll just play and I'll see what I can kind of pick out.
Okay. Do you want me to watch them right now, or do you want me to just play as I normally would?
No, yeah, we can just play for now, just because I think that like building that will be something that'll take a little bit of time, and you'll have to like watch a little bit of Lucas for. I mean, it's kind of weird because he's a character that isn't very popular, isn't very common around now.
Yeah.
So
I find that kind of sad because he's really cool, but you know.
Yeah, no, he is super cool. It's just he's hard to play, and that lack of mix-up game really kind of like frustrates some people who try and play him. So yeah, I'd say definitely watch Taiheda VODs.
Okay.
And just kind of like, or Mekos too. Mekos is a pretty good Lucas too.
Gotcha.
And that'll kind of like help form just in your head what Lucas's neutral should look like. Yeah, so that was really good.
Oh, no, there's please. Also, sorry if you hear dogs barking.
That's okay.
What was that move?
That's down smash.
Oh, okay. I was like, I grabbed that. That shouldn't have hit me. Oh.
Yeah, focus attack is really good. It's got so much range.
Yeah.
Yeah, jabs are really good too for Lucas.
They're really fast, which I really like.
They're really fast, and you can also do things like jab, grab, and it's like almost true.
Right.
Yeah, unfortunately, like things like up smash, like probably you won't see like any use, besides like 1 or 2 times a set for like really hard reads. I don't know if I've ever seen one connect in tournament, except for in doubles.
That's normally what I go for. Is that.
That's something that works. I don't know how it works, but I've seen that connect in tournament. PK Freeze to PK Thunder.
I've done it on multiple occasions, and it's always really, like,
finicky,
satisfying to get.
Oh, yeah. That's a really good move, too. That move is really fast.
It is on most occasions, and then sometimes I just don't get it, which is really sad. I usually use down B to like slow down my fall.
Yeah, that's
even more than I really need to.
That's something that like is definitely really good. Just to kind of like, it adds a little bit of mix-up game for him where he doesn't really have any otherwise.
Right.
Let me just look at his frame data real quick. I don't know how fast his
Side smashes.
Yeah, but I know it's really fast.
It depends on whether you're about like just landing or whether I don't know. Because usually I'll try to jump and then land and then hit it, and it doesn't always work out. But that's just landing lag as well.
Yeah. Frame 14. Huh, it's actually a lot slower than I thought it was.
Yeah.
Oh, frame 14. That's actually crazy.
It comes out, it seems like it comes out really fast, but it usually doesn't.
Wow, up tilt is really good too. Up tilt is frame 4. I didn't know up tilt was that fast.
Up tilt and down tilt are insane.
Yeah, down tilt is really good. Up smash
down tilt is frame 3.
Yeah, frames 3 and 4.
I thought so. Okay.
And then up smash is frames 30 to 52. And the first active frame is 99. So if you up smash, you're committing to that for almost 2 seconds. So that's why it's just like so hard to actually like use properly, or like use at all. It's just like not that great. It's really cool if you can hit it, but like it's probably not worth.
I like to charge it up because people usually just walk in.
Oh yeah.
And that's literally one of the only mix-ups I have is people expect me to let it go really soon, and then I don't. I think I did that to you at SmashCon at least once. But yeah.
Yeah, no. I'd say for the most part, it's probably something that like.
Try not to use as much as I do.
Yeah.
Alright. I like down air to up smash because that usually like if I get that last hit and then I get the up smash, it usually works out. Really well.
Down air to up smash is cool. I think that's a thing that you could go for.
Do you know what frame his grab comes out? Because I keep like trying to grab.
It's slow. Let me check here. His standing grab is frame 12, and it lasts from frame 12 to 19. And his dash grab is 14 to 21.
Okay.
So it's like it is pretty slow compared to other things. I know
it's one of the slower grabs, and I know that tether grabs in general are pretty slow.
Yeah. Yeah, so like it's definitely something that like you want to either punish people with or you want to confirm into with Zair to grab. Because you can do that like short hop fast fall Zair into grab, and that's really, really good. You kind of have to use it at the tip of your jump and then fast fall it and then dash grab. So it's something that's like a little bit tougher to do, but it's something that's really, really valuable once you have it down.
Wait, oh no.
Yeah, I could use that move like 4 times in you using up smash once. Like up smash is like.
Oh dang. Okay. Aw. Stare down. No.
Yeah. So yeah, the biggest thing to like think of and to like be aware of is just kind of like that concept of like stage control, yeah. And just making sure that you're like with Lucas, you don't even really want to be like trying to hit your opponent. It's more like you're trying to prevent your opponent from hitting you using hitboxes, if that makes any sense.
Okay.
So like,
he's just a really defensive character in general.
yeah, in general, like he's definitely a zoner in the sense that he's like, I'm gonna try and keep my opponent out and not let them play the game, basically. And so he's like, I'm gonna create space for myself using Zers and forward airs, and that sort of thing to push them back. And then once I have that space, I can do safe things like retreating PK fires, and like even like retreating Zers, retreating back airs, that kind of thing.
I also tend to have trouble like getting side tilt to come out instead of side smash or F smash. And I don't know why, but it's just, I don't know. It's kind of annoying sometimes.
Yeah, so what I do for that is rather than so I have tilt stick on, and then I what a lot of people do is they have tilt stick on so that they can just press forward on the C stick for tilt, and then they turn A B smash on so that they can just press A and B at the same time and forward to do smash attacks. So that they can do smashes at the same time as having tilt stick, and they can still do like running smash attacks, and they can do like stuff like that. What I do is I have tilt stick, and then I just have I just do the smash attacks with the control stick, just because I'm used to how they feel, and like, you know, just what I ended up getting used to. But it's all kind of like personal preference. I know that Diddy players tend to do tilt stick and AB smash a lot.
Okay.
But that's one thing to think about.
Okay, so I might do that at some point and just...
Also, punish game out of down throw is really, really important. Because it's like such a, it has such a long like setup time for you, it's really important to get like a really big punish off of it. It's kind of like your high risk, high reward option. Going for those grabs is really like high risk, but if you can get that down throw, it's like you can get such crazy rewards. Oh damn, nice.
Thank you. I think you were trying to read a little, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh no, it's scary. Oh crap. I don't have a jump.
I almost got the angle right on that.
Yeah.
Getting the angles right on Lucas' stuff is really, really weird too. You can get some really, really strange angles. One thing that I don't know if you're aware of, on some stages you can bounce off the stage and get a second up B.
Yeah, sometimes it's only if you tech it, right?
No.
Because sometimes I just bounce off and it doesn't. I just go into fast or special ball.
So let me go to Rise. So it depends on the angle you hit the stage, I think.
Okay.
Because you can't actually tech when you send yourself into the stage.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I think it's just angles. So if I send myself into the stage at like a
like at a upward angle.
at like any angle that's like not like straight up, you know? Any angle that won't like have you ride along the wall, you can just bounce off and do a second one. So on stages where if you're really far down, sometimes it's really beneficial to bounce off and do a second one.
Okay.
I'm gonna up the stock count just so we can both try it a couple of times. And it's just as easy as like basically all you have to do is press up B again right as you hit into the stage.
Mhm.
Oops, I don't want to turn customs on.
I think I have to hit it like directly into the side of the stage, right?
You can do it like an upward angle too. Like if up is 0 degrees and straight right is 90, you could probably do like a 45-degree angle up.
Okay. Well, I'll just grab clutch there.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the right angle. When you get that like bounce off the stage, and you can just press up B again and do it again.
Oh.
Yeah. So it allows you to
I
kind
didn't
of
know
like vary your recovery a little bit. So what some people will do is if they're on a stage like this with walls and they're trying to like mix up and not get edge guarded, they'll switch between using Zera to recover, because Zera to recover is probably like the safest way he can recover, just because then you never have to do angles at all.
Right.
And the easiest way to do Zera to recover is just to air dodge and then press Z. Because you can Zera out of your air dodge, which is weird compared to other aerials. Like you can't do any other aerials out of air dodge, but you
I
can
usually
Zera.
just use both jumps and then do it, because then it'll let me do it.
Yeah.
Because
Just-
it
wait.
doesn't work when you're like in hit stun.
Well,
If
it
you
does
do
if you
that,
air dodge first.
Oh.
That's why you
Okay.
air dodge out of it first. So you can air dodge and even like be in air dodge for like half a second and then just press your grab button, and then it'll work out of hit stun. That's why you just
Okay.
air dodge out of it, and then also mixing up whether you bounce off the stage or don't bounce off the stage. With Lucas, it's like you probably don't even have to bounce off the stage. You could probably go all the way to the bottom and just like recover all the way to the top, just because of how good his uppie is. It's more of like an important thing on Ness, but it's still good to know in case you get like an angle that you don't want,
Isn't favorable. Yeah.
and just so you're ready for it. But yeah, that's probably the biggest thing. Oh,
Okay.
James, thank you so much for the host. My friend James just finished streaming and hosted me.
Oh, nice. I should probably host, but it's whatever.
But yeah, so that's like the big things when it comes to like recovering with him.
Okay.
Besides that, I don't know if you've seen any of the like footstool stuff with Lucas.
I've seen some, but most of what I've seen is like spike to some crazy stuff.
So this is like basically what let's see if I can actually do it. This is Lucas's like best punish game stuff out of down throw. Oh god, I can't even get the footstool. So what they'll do is they'll down throw footstool and then jab block like that.
Oh, yeah.
They come down with the down air and then forward tilt, and it's something that's really hard and it's character specific. But like it's something that most of the like really good Lucases have kind of like down. I've played against a couple of Lucases where if I'm playing on FD, they'll like grab me near center stage and they can just like kill me with footstool combos.
Okay.
So that's one of the like really cool things about Lucas, but yet again it's something that isn't easy to do, and it's something that'll take a lot of like labbing time.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So for Lucas matchups, what would you say is probably his best matchup?
like Ganon. Like the characters that are like really slow and he can just kind of like wall out with PK fires and stuff are probably his like easiest matchups. I don't think any matchup is really like that easy for him though. Like he's not the type of character that will like invalidate any other character. He just kind of like
does his own thing.
Yeah, he kind of does his own thing, and he's kind of like a character where it's like if you play really well, you can almost like you can do well against like any character. I don't think he has any like awful matchups. Besides maybe like see like even Rosa isn't that bad. Rosa kind of sucks because if you ever have to up B, then she can just steal it. But yet again, with how far he can drift, like he can drift from super far and then like just like tether recover.
Tether grab is insane.
So it's definitely not as bad as the Nest matchup is. I'm trying to think of other matchups that are bad. Cloud is kind of rough just because he's floaty. Like Lucas is floaty and Cloud can just kind of like juggle him over and over again.
Right. My sister likes to play Cloud, so I've learned a bit about that.
Yeah.
It's really annoying.
And then besides that, probably just like the other like good characters, like characters like
Bayo.
Yeah, Bayo. And then after that, characters that will break your zone, which like means kind of like get into your space and kind of like get through your PK fires and like that sort of stuff. And that will mostly be characters like
Ryu, Fox, probably.
Yeah, Ryu, Fox, well yet again Cloud, Mario, Sheik. Just kind of those fast characters that you kind of have to respect.
Fast characters terrifying. Play them, and I can't play against them either.
Yeah. I'm gonna play a few games against you with Lucas, just so you can kind of get a feel of like how it should feel to play against him. So you can kind of like interpret that for yourself in your own game.
Okay. Do you want me to play a different character? Because I also want to practice a couple of others.
Yeah, if you want to play another character, you can go for it. It's completely up to you.
Alright, cool. Are you picking the stage or... I'm just gonna do filming.
Okay, cool.
I tend to go for moves that like require a lot of commitment.
Yeah.
Like shield break. Or most neutral Bs in general.
Yeah, I think for like the most part, just like lower commitment moves are like usually better.
That makes sense. Oh. Oh, that's how that works. Okay. Where's the spike for his back air? Is it like at the knee?
It's like at the end of the back air.
Okay. I was just wondering because at some point I think the game was like try to aim for it with his knee for best results, and I was like, what?
Yeah, that's like a kind of a weird way to describe it.
Oh, that's just a bad idea on my part.
And then Lucas is blessed to have 4 kill throws. Literally all of his throws kill. At around the down throw up air.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, he has the down throw up air, which is probably the thing that kills earliest, and then he has back throw at ledge, up throw at like 130 on every stage should kill, and then forward throw at ledge too. But you can kind of see how that that idea of just like constantly keeping your opponent out with PK fires, right, and then pushing them if they start to kind of like get into your space, either pushing them back with forward air, or kind of like getting past them to the other side of the stage and just kind of keeping control of your own space. And that's basically what like Lucas comes down to. And then you have some of those combos like just like the down throw stuff, and other stuff like that. But that's kind of like the main thing.
Okay. I can see why people don't like Lucas on For Glory then.
Yeah, that's kind of what he does. He definitely kind of just like tries to keep people out for as long as he can.
Oh, well, I'm just dead then.
See, his punish game is really good. If you can get the right like combos with them, like he can kill super early and get like a lot of like kind of like blow people up really hard, but it's difficult for him. So that's kind of like the footstool stuff with him too. It's like hard. Kind of like just getting the timing down for it now. I think you have to get like the second. Yeah, Lucas can cover whichever direction they DI, but so you generally just like DI towards the edge of the stage.
Right.
Just so that you can DI off stage and not have to deal with it.
I thought that move had invincibility. Did that? And
wait, which move?
up smash.
It does, but it's for the first 4 frames.
Oh, okay.
So for the first, first 12th of a second, it's a very small amount of invulnerability.
Okay. I tried to back off and do it again. It didn't work.
Yeah, it's just a timing thing.
Yeah, it's okay though.
Yeah, I think the thing that'll help you the most is just like continuing to play with him, as well as just like watching other people play Lucas, just to kind of like see where he kind of like fits in with the metagame and how he like keeps people out and that sort of thing.
People just really hate the game.
Yeah, people hate dealing with a lot of stuff in this game at this point. which is unfortunate, but
The sandbag, like, training thing for the actual game makes me feel like I'm in this game.
it's cool. I wish that it would just like actually show you like a human dummy rather than
Right.
because there are definitely some points in time where I'd just like to practice against someone who isn't like a sandbag with totally different physics and everything. Like it's
Right.
It's just so much different. Oh shoot, I think I clicked on regular Wileys instead of Omega Wileys.
That's fine.
So hopefully it's not.
We can just SD if that's the case.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like it.
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this stage isn't awful as like a non-Omega until the Yellow Devil shows up, and then it's bad.
Too bad.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool too.
I forgot I could hit that back at you.
Yeah, I think like generally it'll probably be better just to reflect it, or to absorb it, but
Yeah. In cases where I forgot and just did a reflex, it's good.
yeah.
I love this. You just get 3 off in a row.
Yeah, it has almost like no frames of end leg once you touch the ground. So it's like really safe just to do over and over again.
Wow. That dash attack saved me. Oh no.
Yeah, that move is...
I got my percentage this time, which I'm pretty happy about, because I was only getting...
Has just begun.
But yeah, no, this is definitely kind of a rough matchup for him.
Mm-hmm. Which means it's also very good to learn.
Yeah, that's true. Ryu can definitely get like kept out in this matchup, but you have to be like really diligent about just like staying away from him and like PK firing him over and over. Because PK fire is considered 2 hits. So it'll break like Ryu's focus attack. Which yeah is really fortunate for Lucas in this matchup. If he didn't have that, this would be a much worse matchup for him.
Short hop nair is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Oh, I really tried. No, please. I made it back.
Eventually Ryu's kills throw. I mean, throws kill.
Yeah.
Kills throw.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you. I took a stop, finally.
Yeah. So yeah, you definitely have to hold away from Ryu's down tilt.
Has just begun.
If you hold away from Ryu's down tilt, he can't get the spike off of it. But if you
Okay.
hold in, he can get that spike off of it, which is really, really strong for him.
I was holding up.
Oh, well then you might have to air dodge really fast then.
Yeah. But I'll keep that in mind. Oh, right. Down to is really
It's super fast, and it's such a good combo starter. This matchup is really, really hard for Lucas, too.
really for me to be absorbing anything. I always let it go a little bit too late.
Yeah, it's weird that it just like stops working when it touches the ground.
I hate that.
It just seems like unnecessary.
I feel like it should just explode.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, she can just kind of fly around. It's really, really dumb. There was a local Lucas main who was giving me some trouble with my Ryu. Just because basically when you footstool Ryu, he can't drift to like either side, left or right, because he has such bad aerial mobility. So it makes footstool combos really, really easy to do on him. Because all you have to do is just go straight down every time you footstool him.
Right.
So he would just grab me and he would just footstool combo me and he would kill me. And that was part of the reason I actually picked up Bayo. Yeah,
Right.
Chad just said, let's go Vortigaunt. Vortigaunt was the name of the player. It was giving me some trouble. So yeah, now I usually just play Bayo against Lucas, unless they're like out of region and I know that like they don't have much Ryu experience. And I'll just go Ryu. I still think the matchup isn't that bad for Ryu, but it's definitely easier with Bayo.
Yeah.
Wait, are you allowed to say Bayo while coaching? Yeah.
Oh, did that not get that?
It like hit, but it did like a decent amount of damage, but it didn't like carry me. I don't know how that confirm works.
Kind of hoping for. Usually it does the carry if I get it like straight up.
Your SDI is like actually like pretty good for like how much you've played this game. There are some people who have played this game for like years and don't have as good of SDI as you do.
That makes me really happy to hear. Mostly because I just move this control stick around in a bunch of bits. I just kind of mash.
It's that's the thing about SDI. Like all you should be doing when you're SDIing is moving your control stick in a way that you think the opponent won't be able to predict. Generally that means choosing a direction, but like sometimes like just like making it awkward for your opponent is really important too.
Right. I can't. Getting text off is really hard. I don't know why.
Oh, Wi-Fi is part of it. It's something that like is definitely something that's not like easy when you start. The frame window is a lot tighter for teching than like a lot of other things are in the game. It took me a long time to see. What's that?
I was gonna ask, am I supposed to be in for Bayo on ladders?
It's like basically how it works is like whatever way you think the Bayo won't cover, that's which way you want to hold. So like she can cover every direction, but
right.
She has to like know that you're DIing that direction.
Right. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. So yeah, it's something that like is kind of hard for her to do, but it's very, very rewarding when she does do it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so in that situation, you SDI'd up, and it ended up just like killing you. So in general, yeah. if you're afraid of dying off the top, you want to SDI down, and if you're afraid of dying off the side, you want to SDI up.
Okay.
That's good.
There we go. That's what I want to do.
Yeah, that time it connected. That was good.
That's what usually happens, and then that other time was really good. Oh no. I did not mean to do that. Wait, how do you do that?
The downward one?
Yeah.
You press down and then you side B. So it's kind of like Ryu's fireball motion, where it's like quarter circle forward, and then B.
Okay. Oh, that just killed. Cool.
Yeah, her backer is super good.
I think we have one more game.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Alright,
And
cool.
then yeah, I'd say the biggest things for you are just to make sure you're watching a ton of the VODs just to kind of like see what you should be doing as far as neutral and that sort of stuff, but then seeing how you can best emulate it.
Mhm.
Go back to Ryu for the last game.
Okay. See, it's not at the end of the thing.
It is. It's just closer to him.
Oh, okay.
It's like near the bottom, but like close into his body. If that makes sense.
So the game was technically red usually.
It's like technically around his knee, but that's just like a really like I don't even I can't think of where his knee would be during that move when I just like think about the hitbox, you know?
Right. Oh, here. Oh, that's scary. Wait, how did that not hit?
Your body like pushes slightly forward when you PK fire, and then the projectile doesn't actually appear right from your hands. It appears slightly in front of your hands, so I was just like in that area.
Oh, okay. In terms of counter picks, or not counter picks, but just stage picks for Lucas, what would you say is probably the best stage?
He generally likes the flat stages. It's just more straightforward for him to like keep people out on flat stages.
Right.
So he likes like FD. He probably likes Smashville too, and then Town is pretty good for him too. Even though there are platforms on Town, there are like portions
really
of.
high up.
Well, yeah, sometimes they're high up, and then there are also portions of this like. Depending on the time, there are points in time when it'll just basically be FD with a lower ceiling,
Right.
and that
Right.
allows his like down throw up air and stuff to kill even earlier.
Just begun.
Okay.
So that's something that's really really valuable to him too.
Got it.
But yeah, so I sent you those replays.
Yes, I saw them. Thank you.
Yeah, I think the one that's the most interesting to watch is definitely the Taiheda Zero replay, because that's a really really close set.
Okay.
Wait, is it? Am I wrong? Is it 3-1 for 0? Oh, okay, it's 3-1 for 0, but Taiheda is like good enough to take a game in that matchup against 0, and that matchup is like really not good for
Did he Lucas? Yeah.
yeah. But you can definitely see how he's like kind of he's trying to play that same way where he's using those Zares to kind of like keep 0 out, as well as the like PK fires and everything.
Okay.
So yeah, I think that's probably what I'd say to work on the most.
All right. Sounds good.
All right, and if you have any more questions, feel free to DM me and ask and everything too.
Thank you so much, man.
No problem. And I'll talk to you in a bit, probably in B stream.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, take it easy.
See you, man.